Hey guys, so let's make an application or a user interface which counts characters when we type inside this text area. As you can see here, when we remove words or add words, it counts over here. So to make this application or the user interface, we need several steps. As you can see here, we need the HTML steps, the CSS with a text area, with a container that has a text area and a character count area. As you can see, the text area, which is this one here, and the count character, which is here, over here. So for the JavaScript, we only need one function to make this application work, and we also need an addEventListener, which is the input. Yeah, so let's make it, and we'll start with the HTML, then head on to the CSS, and then finalize it using the JavaScript. With me here is the HTML with the title already intact. So let's just go ahead and structure the body, and within this body we need a container. So just give it a div. Within the container, the first thing we need to have is the text area. And within the text area, we don't need the name. And the ID, we will need an ID when doing the JavaScript part. So let's just call it description. Let's start the live server so that we see what we are doing. As you can see, this is what we have done so far. So let's just do it like this, and okay. In this text area, we also don't need the columns, just remain with the rows, and we need a placeholder. The placeholder, we go ahead and say this is how it looks. Okay, so sorry, within the container we also need a paragraph. Paragraph just going to say, we can say 100 over 150. This will appear somewhere. We need it to be somewhere here after styling the CSS. So this will represent the characters, the total characters, as the person types inside the in-text. Inside the text input, it will be counting here. Out of 150, we'll be having here the number of characters typed. Okay, so this is it for the HTML. The next thing we want to do now is to head on to the CSS, and before that, let's just link it, okay, so that we have it. We shall say style.css. Okay, so yeah, it's just now style. The first thing we need to do is style the body, and within the body, we need to set the margin to 0. We don't need this space when styling our application. So just saying margin 0, moves away. The next thing we need to do is the box sizing. We need to set it to border box so that when we style it, our final in output looks okay. Okay, so the next thing now is the container. The container, which has the container has these numbers here and this text area. So the first thing we need to say the height. We need the height to be 100 viewport height. We need to display our items to flex. We need justify content to center, that it moves to the center. Aligning our items also vertically. So it comes here now to the center of the page, our body, this body. Okay. So we also need to, within our container we have two items, the text area and these numbers. So we need to make it, we need these numbers to appear here, down here. So to do that, we need to say our flex direction needs to be to be column direction. Okay, this way. See how it looks. The next item is the text area. The text area itself, and need its width to be. We can say that 30. Let's say 35%. Okay, let's remove the resize. This thing here, we need to remove it. Say none, and we need also to add some padding. Padding of 10 pixels is okay, and we also need to remove the outline. Outline is said. Let's just do the border first, so that you'll see what I mean by outline. So the border, let's say 1.5 pixels. And we need it to have a color, a solid color I like it when it has such a color. So let's just add E3. Okay, this way. Okay, now so as you can see, this outline, we need to remove this outline so that when we hover it, we have this color here, this one. So let's say outline, we need it to be none, don't need it. As you can see, this is how our project is looking. And the next thing we need to say, we need to have a border radius. Our border radius should be 10 pixels. I think 10 pixels can work. So you see these curves, the border radius. Let's add some box shadow. And the color to be EC3, this way now. So, and we now have the last item. This item, we also need to style it to make it look good. So we called it paragraph in the HTML, so I just pick it as paragraph, and we need to give it color. Gray is okay. This way, okay. So the next thing, we need to move it around here. Okay, guys, we need to move it here, around here. The first thing we need to do, because it's related to the, we need to position it in relation to the text area, this text area. So what we need to do is to include here position relative, because it's the parent to this paragraph. So and this one, give it position absolute. Sorry. Position absolute. Okay, so let's move it towards the left. From this side to the towards the left, we can say margin left. We need it to have 100 pixels, okay, so that it moves in this direction. The next one is margin towards the top. From the top, sorry, margin from the top towards the bottom, we need it to have 250 pixels. Okay, so you see, at least it is around here. So the next thing now is we need to add interactivity using JavaScript, so that when we add words here, it is counting here at the bottom, and when the characters are above 150, which is the maximum count, we need this border to appear with a different color. Okay, so for the JavaScript, as usual, the first thing we need to get to target certain items from the HTML. So we shall do that by using constant. And okay, the first item, let's just move this one here. The first thing we need to get is this description. Description is this area that the user will be typing. You see, this typing is what we are calling description. So let's get it from the HTML. So, and we just get it by document dot get id, get element by id. Okay, so we inside it, we need to get it. I just copy down this one for the next items to make it easier. Make it easier. Need to have it this way. Okay, so 3 times. So the next item is we need the result. This result here, we need to, this one here, we need to give it an ID and say result. Okay. So this result represents this one here. You see this one here, that's the result now. Needed to target it also. So result here, and also paste here. So the last item is we need to define our character limit. You see the character limit here. Okay, let's just go with the 150. So just say constant character limit. That variable we can just say character limit and just say here 150. That we also need to say result dot text content, which is a property. As you can see here, it's a JavaScript property. So text content, let's get it, text content result dot text content result, as we said, is this one here. So is equals to, I'm going to say it's equals to, we need to say here 0, 0 plus, and we also need to include this slash. I think this slash here, we need also to include it, and we shall just start by including the quotes, and we include it. Is it plus um, character limit, this one, this character limit. So we just say 150. Not 150, we just say character limit. So the next thing is the event listener. You know, the user is using this application, they will be typing inside here. So that action, the input, you need to add the event listener for the input. So down here, just saying, we'll start by description. This description, which is here where the user will be texting. Okay. So description dot add event listener. We need to add an event listener that description area. So the first thing, as we show you, the event type. Event type is input. Put it inside the quotes. And the function, which will name it character count. So it is character count. Okay. So after the event listener, now we need to define that function. Let's just define it up here. So just start by function. We just take it from here. Function called character count. And just to make sure we define it. And before defining it, let's just link it to the HTML so that when we are working, it loads to the browser. So let's just create a div here, and we need to link it. So just choose this third option and say index.js because it's JavaScript. So after that, now let's work on it. Now the first variable to define inside this function is by const is a text length. Text length, we need to define it so that whenever the user types in into this text area, updates based on this function. So we need to define it for the function to work. So is equals to description dot value dot length. This one must be value, should be value dot length. So we need the length value of the description that the user describes here to be, we need it to be called text length. So I hope you understand. Okay. So after that, we need now to redefine this one. Okay. Let's just paste it. And we say, by pasting it, we need to now, instead of 0, we need to say text length. Okay, guys, this way. So that this one becomes dynamic. When the user types in inside here, it will be updated. So we need to just say, instead of saying 0, we'll just say text length. Okay. Yeah. So after that, we need to define some conditions that will make this function work. The if and else statements, we need to define them. So the first thing is we need to say if let's just give a condition here. The condition will be if the text length will be greater than the character limit. This one, the character limit. If it is becomes great, we need to give some conditions here, and we need to say, for instance, we need to say the description. We need to say description dot style, the border color should be, the color should be, need it to be somehow red. So it will be 28 one. Okay, the color is idea that way. And this is the style for the description. If this length becomes more than 150, the color of the text here will be this color. And also, apart from that text, we also need to set the color for the border to style not the border, sorry, this result also will display a different color. So we just say result dot style dot its color need it to be the same as here. So we just copy here and we paste directly there. So if this condition does not happen, we need this condition, the else condition, to happen. And for that, we just have a different color. So the color will be different. So you just copying this one. We change the color. We need the color to remain as this one you have indicated here. Are you seeing this color? This one. Just copy it and we paste it here. Set here directly. So the color for the result also, we change it. Just copy this color over here. Oh, sorry. This one we need it to remain gray, not need it to be gray. So I think now we are done with this part. Now let's see how this works now. Okay, when we type it, let's just type some random text here. We can just copy it and paste to make the character count be above 150. To be above this 150. So copy and paste. You see, when we surpass the 150 character limit, we get a different color for the border of the text area, for the description part, and the color also change here around here. So this is it for the project. Thank you for watching, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel for for more videos like these ones, the JavaScript videos. And you can also suggest in the comment section for the projects that you would like us to cover in future. So thank you.